Today, the stock market took a nosedive, a big one. Headlines screamed that 1.92 trillion vanished into thin air. People panicked. The group chats lit up. Cable news rolled out their all-star lineup of doomsday prophets to explain how this is the beginning of the end.
I'm finding out this is going to be much worse.
Good afternoon, everyone. We're coming on the air because there's a major reaction here.
As if we haven't heard that one before. But here's the thing. I'm not worried. Actually, I'm feeling pretty hopeful, and I'll tell you why. First off, I'm a producer. I make things. I create value. I don't sit around waiting for a magic stock ticker to give me permission to live my life. I'm not dependent on the mood swings of the Dow or S&P 500 to determine if I'm going to eat steak or beans this month. I generate money using my brain, my skills, my experiences, and let's be honest, my occasionally obnoxious personality. That's my edge. I build, I create, I serve, and the money follows. The stock market isn't my lifeline. It's a thermometer, not a thermostat. Now, I get it. If your 401k just took a hit, you're probably not feeling as chipper as I am right now. And yeah, if you're planning to retire in the next year and you are heavily banking on a smooth ride from here to the beach, this is not great news. But for the vast majority of us who still have gas in the tank and time on the clock, I see this as a giant window swinging open. Here's what the media won't tell you. The stock market only loses money when people sell. When I hear the stock market lost 1.92 trillion, I don't hear the end is near. I hear 1.92 trillion looking for a new home. Think about that. Big investors, companies, funds, they're pulling their cash out of stocks. Why? Because they want to put it somewhere else. Money doesn't just disappear, it moves. When it moves, it opens doors and it starts conversations. It funds new ideas, new ventures, new innovations. This isn't a funeral, it's a migration. When stocks are hot, investors get lazy. They sit back, collect their dividends, and hope the line keeps going up and to the right. But when things get shaky, when the ground starts to move, they get curious. They get scrappy. They start looking for people to invest into. Not just products, not just stocks, people. That's why I'm hopeful. Because if you're a producer, if you've got a skill, a service, a product, a brain that thinks differently, then today might be the day someone starts looking for you. The market is resetting. Emotions are high. Fear is dominating the headlines. And where there's fear, there's hesitation. But hesitation always creates opportunity. When most people freeze, a few start moving. And those are the people who come out on top. So if you're reading this and you've been sitting on an idea, maybe a product, a business, a content channel, a book, a course, whatever it is, I'm telling you, now is a really good time to go for it. Not because it's guaranteed to work, but because not trying will guarantee you stay stuck. Learn a new skill, take a risk, partner with someone smarter than you, build something small and see if it sticks. Start talking about your ideas out loud, even if you feel stupid doing it. Because compared to spending the next 6 months wringing your hands around a portfolio you can't control, it's not that crazy to try. And maybe that's the most important part. In a world where it feels like everything is out of our control, interest rates, markets, disease, elections, war, you still control how you show up. You control whether you sit and scroll or you stand up and build. You control whether you listen to the noise or tune into your own voice. You decide if this moment becomes a threat or an opportunity. Me, I choose opportunity. I choose movement. I choose hope. Because the world will always have ups and downs. But if I stay sharp, stay disciplined, and stay open to what's possible, I know I'll be all right. And so will you. So what does any of this have to do with living life in North Idaho? Well, if you're someone who's been feeling that nudge, then maybe it's time to move to Idaho. But you're hesitant because you're afraid of a crash or losing your job or not being able to afford the mortgage. Here's my advice. Unless you're planning to buy a house and sell it within the next 3 years,
That is not a good idea.
don't stress about home prices going up or down. Until you actually sell, it's just a number. It's noise, something created by a system trying to help people guess how much to pay for a house. Yes, prices can dip, rarely, but it happens. Sometimes they shoot up so fast over asking, it warps the whole market for a while. You can't time it. What you can do is trust your gut. And if your gut is telling you to get your family to North Idaho, don't ignore it. Every time I've ignored my gut, I've paid the price every single time. So if you feel that pull, listen. But let's be practical too. If you're worried about the economy going sideways and not being able to cover your mortgage, put a contingency in place. Let's not count on government bailouts or miracle job offers to show up at the last minute. Here's how you can protect yourself if things get really bad and producing value in exchange for money isn't an option. Buy a split-level home or a home with a daylight basement and a rear entrance. That setup alone could make the difference between keeping your home and losing it. That's exactly what saved me. After my head injury and divorce, I converted my daylight basement into a small rental. It wasn't fancy, but it worked, and it kept me from going bankrupt. Within a month, I had a tenant and they covered more than half of my mortgage. It bought me time, it gave me breathing room, and got me through the worst of it. And trust me, it's not that hard to set up so you can be a low-stress landlord. You just need the right layout, a little bit of strategy, and some clear boundaries. If you want more info on how to find the right type of property for future rental flexibility, just shoot us an email or give us a call at the phone number listed below. I put together a resource that shows what to look for and what to avoid if you're thinking about going that route. And hey, drop a comment if you think I should make a video on house hacking. That's what they call when you rent out part of your house and you're not set up living like college roommates. It's smart, it's doable, and for some folks, it's the reason they still have a roof over their head.
I don't want to be too overly optimistic, but I think this could work.
Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.